turn them up. Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Steve Harvey turn them on to the morning job. Come on, Steve. Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You're listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only Steve Harvey. I got a radio show. What a blessing this has been. Just an unforeseen blessing, man. You know, you never know. Can I tell you the truth? You know, when I first got into radio, a lot of my friends and associates, they started spreading the rumor that, you know, Steve done. He out. You know, he ain't on TV. He ain't trying to do movies out here. He done fell off. He a DJ. And, word get back because eventually somebody going to say, yeah, so-and-so said you wasn't doing good. You all right? You know, I've never felt like I wasn't all right. But that's other people. But what they didn't know and what I didn't really, really know, I was hoping, I felt comfortable about it. But what they did not know was God's plan for me. What they did not know that what God was going to do for me. What they didn't know was how God was going to show out for me. And so it's turned into this. I don't rub it in anybody's face. I don't say, hey, you see me now. But it just makes me understand a little bit more. It really ain't man, it's God. You know, it's you and God. It's just you and God. So here's the deal today. I wanted to kind of go over something. People ask me all the time, they say, Steve, how do you do all the things you do in the course of a day? You do this, you do this, you do this, and you do this. Okay, are you ready? Here's the secret. Here's the secret. This is not fooling around or nothing. Here is the thing. I care about every minute of the day. I actually allocate every minute of the day. I have a plan that I recognize the night before, the week before, the month before, the year before, the 2 year before. I got something I want to accomplish in 3 years, in 5 years, in 10 years. I talk about it all the time. But when you break it down, like I always say, inch by inch, anything's a cinch. I got it broken down to what's going to happen tomorrow. And I've even got it broken down to what's going to happen every hour that I'm awake. And then I break that even down a little bit further. I care about every minute of the day. Okay, Steve, how can you care about every minute of the day? Okay, here's the deal. Some people have it locked in their mind that I'm going to get up, I'm going to go to work, and when I get off work, soon as I get off work, I'm going to go to happy hour, I'm going to stop by the bar, I'm going to go by the club, I'm going to go get a beer, I'm going to do one, I'm going to chill. Okay, now let me ask you something. If you are not where you want to be in life, why are you chilling all the time? Every day? Is that necessary? Is that going to get you where you want to be any faster, or does it move you any closer? And the answer is just flat out no. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Let's say you have a trip that you're going to take. Let's say you in New York and you want to go to California. I don't know exactly how many miles that is, 2,000, 3,000 miles, something like that. I don't know how many days that'll actually take you, but I think 3 days, 4 tops of steady driving, rest, where you got to, but you can be there in 3 days if you drive. Why would you have a goal to go to New York, from New York to L.A., realizing how many miles it is? Somebody done told you. Because, see, whatever you're trying to be, somebody done been that before you. Now, if somebody told you how many miles it was to there, and why would you get off on all the rest stops? Why would you get off to have ice cream every time you see the ice cream sign? Why would you get off at the food center every time you saw food center? Why would you get off for gas every time you saw the gas sign? You don't need gas every time you see the gas sign. You ain't got to have the ice cream sign just because they put it out there. And you ain't got to stop at the fast food restaurant just because it's at the next exit, 2 exits down, and the billboard is attractive to you. If you're going somewhere, why don't you go ahead and get there? See, too many times, man, people want to stop at the rest area, enjoy the sights, look at the scenery. Now, I'm not saying you're not supposed to enjoy life as you go along, but if you ain't where you want to be, why don't you go on and get there? See, you cannot keep playing all the time and expect to see the results. You've got to get committed to what you want. Look, man, this life will be whatever you want to make it to be. You know, if you don't have nothing, you look around and you ain't got nothing. Hey, man, it really ain't nobody's fault now. But if you're not where you want to be, why don't you go on and get there? Stop resting all the time. You don't need to chill every day. Be about your business, man. Have a sense of urgency about yourself, your future, your legacy, your children, the people that's responsible, the people you're responsible for. You got to develop a sense of urgency here. You just cannot, I repeat, you cannot just lollygag your way through life and then look up, now you 40, 50, 60, and you ain't got nothing. And you sit up here going, wow, man. But look back at your life and all the years you toasted. I mean, you cooked some years doing nothing. Oh, man, how many times, man, have we done this to ourselves? Because I did it to me. I spent all of my 30s making up for my 20s. I spent 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. I spent all 10 of them years making up for my 20s. Dropping out of college, well, not dropping out, flunking out of college, the failed carpet cleaning business, the insurance failures, the restaurant, the carpet cleaning company, the stint at Ford, the stint at Lincoln Electric, General Electric. Oh, man, I was just beating myself up. Gotta go to the club, Quarter Century Club opened up down there on Cedar. Vale's Party Center was open. I had to be at all of them. I had to be at Spats. Had to be at Spats, man. I'm out here gambling, man, out at Thistledown Racetrack. I'm just out here just hopping and hustling, man. Just blowing my 20s. I spent all my 30s making up for that. Man, if I only knew then what I know now, how many times you done said that? If you ain't where you, if you're not where you trying to get to, why don't you go on and get there? Stop stopping at all the rest areas. Stop stopping at all the gas stations. Don't no car burn that much gas where every time you see a gas station you got to pull in. Come on, man. Put your head down. Bow your head and grind. Now people say, well, what about sleep? Okay, let's quickly cover this right here. For people who care very deeply about sleep, you're not going to be successful. Sleep cannot mean more than being awake. When you sleep, man, well, what about your rest? Get your rest. I'm not saying you're not supposed to rest, but you ain't got to sleep 8 hours a day. You ain't got to sleep 10 hours a day. You ain't got to be in bed at 10 and up at 8. You ain't got to do that, man. Your body don't need 10 hours sleep. Your body really don't need 8 hours sleep. Quiet as it's kept. Let me tell you the truth. If you ain't where you want to be, why don't you go on and get there? You ain't going to get there sleep. I don't care what people tell you. Look, man, okay, you can talk to a bunch of non-successful people if you want to. They got a whole lot of rules for you that don't make no sense. You know, got to have a plan B. Who told you that? You know, certainly you got to have 8 to 10 hours sleep. Okay, look at what they have. Now listen to them. If they have what you want to have, listen to them. If your boss is in the car that you want. Follow your boss home one day. If he's in the car you've always dreamed of being in, if he pulls up at the house you've always dreamed of owning, then that's where you need to be. But guess what? He's not going to hire you over him. He's not going to let you have his job. So wouldn't you think that position available? But if that ain't the car you always dreamed of having, and that ain't the car, and that ain't the house you want to pull up in for the rest of your life, you got to move on, man. You got to get to where you're going. If you ain't where you want to be, why don't you go on and get there? Stop resting and chilling, man, and concentrate on grinding. Quit caring about sleep so much, and just get yourself some rest, and then get back up and get at it. That's how you get it, folks. If you got another way, please email me, steveharvey.com. The email bag is open. I'm always interested in hearing another way where I can slow it down. Thank you.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.